A very good evening to you. I don't know what's happening with my cameras, but my face camera is not working. So I tried to fix it, but I thought like we're just gonna have to go live without it. What matters is my hands and the table, and we can see that. So that's all good. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday night? We are going to be playing with these beautiful pearls. I just been sitting here for the last few minutes as well, but before I realized the camera wasn't working, and I'm thinking, what shall we do? And I think I would like to have probably do a pendant, maybe do some super duos and crystals and all sorts of bits of pieces to put in between and have these pearls on the outside, because I think if we add, they're just going to sort of hang out a little bit more. Let me just bring it up so you can see it close, because the center is off. There's so many different things you could do with it, like even if you do like a two sort of row patterns and they kind of like bubble out into different directions. So you're going to have a good play with it. Good evening, Amelia. Nice to see you here. Right, before actually we get going, what I'm going to do, I'm very quickly going to drop the link because I don't think I actually did that tonight. Never mind. Just gonna pop in and drop the link. So do let me know, what would you like me to do? Hello, Karen from Maryland, USA. I hope you're doing okay. Do let me know, what would you like me to use with this? Now, I got pretty much Barpagas, checkmates. It's like, I'm thinking super duos and seed beads, but do let me know, what shall we use with this? The word is our oyster. We could do whatever we like. Really just whatever we like. Lorraine is here. Good evening, lovely. I'm just quickly gonna share the link on Facebook, and then we're gonna get started making. I panicked. My camera doesn't work, my face camera. So I panicked a little bit and I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Right, but I just switched a couple of cables and we are ready to go. I'm just going to drop the link on my Facebook page, because like we changed to Wednesdays. I don't think everybody knows we changed to Wednesdays. So just want to let everybody know. So what have you ladies been up to this week? Do let me know in the chat. What have you been making? What would you like to make? Have you got any questions? Do you have, you know, is there anything you would like me to show you? Is there anything you want to do? Right, where is we? Where are we? Just quickly want to drop. And I think that's it. There we go. Links are all posted, so we are ready to roll. Okay, so I'm going to grab out some super duos. I'm going to start with those. And we're going to see how we go along. I don't know which one color we're going to use. Just see which one. I'm going to put my hand on. Let's use... This is a dangerous path. How about purple with this? I think that would look really nice. Or a dark one to start with. So we're going to go purple tonight. I just have to put my hand in and grab some out. I think they need to be different colors. So maybe use the darker one. So I want to do like a pendant. And I want to have these pearls on the outer side of the pendant. So what I'm going to be doing is, and I'm going to zoom in a bit more, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to kind of like reverse engineer this pendant. So I'm going to take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beads. Let's say that's the size we want it to be. I'm going to add the super jewels in between, so it's going to make it a tiny bit bigger, and then we're going to add other beads inside and sort of pull it together, and maybe we add something large in the middle, we'll see. But I really want these off-center pearls on the outside. So I'm just going to grab some thread and we can get started. So I'll just get rid of these things from the pearls. Thread is just over here. I'm gonna grab some seed beads in a minute to do. I'm gonna use, should I use that one? Or am I gonna use that one? Use that lighter one. Doesn't really matter. I guess probably the seed beads I'm gonna be using lighter ones as well with it. Just grabbing a needle. Lucy popped the link in the chat. Good evening, Rachel. I'm just quickly gonna thread this needle. Lucy's saying she just finished her highlight pendant that she did a few weeks ago. I did a few weeks ago. Good evening, Karen, Celia, Lorraine. Right. Sometimes I think I need to go and get my eye tested. These needles are getting harder and harder to thread now, you know. So I am going to take 10 beads. I'm going to pick up a super jewel in between. So you know, on these Wednesday nights, which used to be on Sunday nights, we're just experimenting. So we don't know what we're actually going to end up with. So I'm just going to pick up a pearl. I'm going to pick up a super jewel and another pearl, another super jewel, all the way around, and we see how is this going to turn out. So usually when I make a pendant like this, the pearl would be the last thing what we would be adding into the pendant itself, because usually we work inside to outside, but we're going to be reverse engineering it, because this is the, not kind of like the main feature, but this is what we definitely want to use, and I definitely want to put it on the outside of it because of the way how it's drilled. So I'm going to go ahead and start from outside to inwards first, and then we see how we gonna get along, what we can put in the inside of it, how we can link them together. Maybe 10 will be a little bit too big now. I've added the super jewels, but we will see. I just want to pull it together and see how is it going to look like. How's it going to look like with these off-center pearls, with the super jewels in between. And designing anything often goes like that. You kind of just sit down and play and try out. Just move this camera a little bit that way. You often just sit down and try out and just have a little play. How would things look like if you added them on? Right, let's pull this nice and tight. So we are gonna force this. I'm gonna go around one more time, all of it, just to sort of tighten up. And then I want these to kinda, oh, I see. They wanna sit the other way. Once you hold them around, let me just go around a few more so we have a nice strong base. They might actually want to sit the other way around. The super jewels like sort of slotting in between. Because can you see they like turn to the outside? Which is okay, but we still need to have something on the inside. Like naturally. You go with the shape of the beads, and different beads are like so fit together so nicely, and sometimes you think something is going to fit together and actually it doesn't. So it's always just trial and error with beadwork when you're designing something. You have a general idea and then just sit down and play. I'm going to go all the way around. Might even knot this together to have a nice and strong base. and coming through that super duo as well. So I'm back at my tail end. So I can already see that it's kinda, we need to have this, we need to pull these together. So I'm gonna grab some seed beads out. And shall we add, how is this gonna sit? Shall we add, just gonna have to sit like that. So we're gonna add, I'm gonna add 3 seed beads in between. I'm gonna grab size 11s. And I'm gonna go in the other hole of the super duo. I'm actually gonna knot this together because I don't want this to, and usually I don't knot things through, but as I'm gonna jump the hole on the super duo, the knot is not gonna be going towards any of the holes. What about seed beads either side of the super duo? Yeah, we could try that as well. So as my knot is right next to the super duo, I'm gonna come through this free hole, and I reckon, because I want this to sit, 3. I'm gonna try 3 seed beads. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna go through the next free hole, and let's have a look. How does this look? Don't forget we're reverse engineering this. So I would have started in the middle and worked my way out usually to have a nice, I'm just trying to put it through. I think we're gonna have the effect. Can you see like how much is that sort of bubbling out? And that's what I really wanted. In effect, the pearls are kind of bubble out on the side, although 10 might be too big. So it might have to go down in size, which we will. There we go. And again, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to keep adding the 3s as I go around. I'm pulling it nice. And then we'll see, once we have one shape, we will see where we're going to take it next and what we're going to do with it and what else we're going to add into it. See, as I'm pulling it tight, can you see how nicely that just bubbles out of it? They're just really sort of pleasing to the eye. But I need to go all the way around, and then we will see. I'll just pull those seed beads closer to me. They're quite far away on the top. We will see what we can actually do with it. If you want as a pendant, or we could turn it perhaps into something more. You could do more than one circle and somehow weave them together, or it could be just a component on something as well. There's so many different things you could do with beads. The possibilities are endless. There we go. I'm just pulling it nice and tight. 1, 2, 3. I'm almost all the way around. Just going to pop it down. Just going to try to pull it as much as I can. I don't want to pull it too much. I don't want to break the thread. And I'm going to go through that, and I'm actually going to come to the first few so I can really nicely pull it in. So what do we think? What else can we add onto the top of this? I quite like that bubbly effect. Maybe having 10 is too much. I wonder if we added we could kind of have a Rivoli and some. Let me just grab a Rivoli. You're gonna have to make it smaller if you want to put a Rivoli. What about putting an 18 mil? Ooh, we got something else which is bigger than 18 mil. The glass cabochons from the website. Let me just grab that. I think my camera froze. I'm not doing very well tonight. Right, these glass cabochons, you never. And I'm gonna sort out the camera for you. Just one sec. Hang on a second. Is it froze or is it? Are we? No, we're good. Phew. I'm having so much camera trouble at the moment. I don't know why. Right, these ones. We done something in the Bead Club actually with these, but oh wow, that would look really good. They're on the website too. Then we might actually need to make it bigger because this doesn't quite fit it. So we could do something. We could do something to have this. I'm just going to pull it. To have this beautiful crystal cabochon inside it. 10 will hold it just like that. Oh, I think this would look really good. So I think if I pull that back tighter. If we had 11, will 11 be too much? Because we want really something, if we want to capture this, they're smaller on the back, but not too much small, because obviously you don't want to lose that beautiful crystal look on there. So I think we would have to try it with 11, but we need something to we need some sort of seed beads on the front as well to tie in from the front, and I don't want to go in too much, and perhaps like we could use crystals and other bits of pieces, but because this is such a beautiful piece of crystal, we don't really want to add any other crystals and just keep it nice. And I don't know if the 11 will be too much. I'm gonna try to get to. We're gonna try with 11. Start it from the 3s at the back, but we need to get somehow to the front as well. Wherever. Ooh, no, what about if we go down to 9 and add 2 super duos? So 1 to the front. We'll pull 1 to the front, and we'll pull 1 to the back. That might work. So if we have 2 next to each other, and then they're gonna sit like that, we pull, yeah. So I'm gonna go down to 9. I'm gonna pop this to the side, grab a new thread, and I'm gonna go down to 9 pearl, but I'm gonna add 2 super duos in between, and then I can pull 1 towards the front and 1 towards the back, but I'm gonna start with the back. So I'm gonna start with the seed beads, and I need another needle. 11s, there we go. I'm gonna start at the back with the seed beads and the super duos, and then we will add the pearls in. There we go. I'm gonna treat myself to a new needle. So I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads and a super duo, 3 seed beads, super duo all the way along, and I'm gonna do that. So I have got 9 sets on my thread. So 1, 2, 3, super duo, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to add another super duo in there just in a sec. So we will be able to have, there we go, 1, 2, 3. Good evening, Edward. What about doing a round of super duos and seed beads? Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. There's so many different things. I just love the bubble, like, this doesn't matter what you have, like, you know, you can have any sort of beads in your stash. You need to keep an eye on me and shout at me if I'm picking up the wrong amount of beads. I already did it on the live this morning. I went through the wrong bead, so you never know. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So I'm gonna have to have 9 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go through all of these again. So this is gonna be the back or the front, because I think they have to be like kind of like identical. So let's just have a look. So I taken it through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I pop this on the top, actually let's put you on the top of it so we can see it better. Might be too small. Might be too small because it's gonna pull together too much. So I'm actually gonna take it back and add the 10th one in and see how we go when we double up. How much is it gonna pull it apart? We might. How much is 9 more seed beads? So actually, what we might have to do is not having. Let me just pull this around. Yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do, I'm gonna take it back. What we're gonna have to do, it's not gonna work because then the extra super glue is gonna make it too big. So if we had 10 sections, so what we have to do is to make the sections bigger. So instead of using 3 seed beads, we're gonna have to use 4. I'm just gonna leave that there and I'll take it off later. So I'm gonna start again. So I'm gonna pick up 4 seed beads to get the sizing right, so it doesn't go around like covering up most of the crystal itself. So I'm just picking up, instead of 3 seed beads, I'm gonna pick up 4 seed beads in between. There we go. But I'm gonna do 9 units and we see, then we might have to adjust it again, but this is the beauty of it when you're designing something, that you just sit down and you just play. So three and the super duo, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, you have to shout at me if I pick up the wrong numbers. I think so far we're so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then again, this might be too many. So we see. There's nothing else we can do apart from just sit down and try it. 8 unit might be enough. And I made a mistake. I forgot to pick up the super glue in between those beads. Oh, today is the day to make mistakes and forget to pick up things. But at least I realized it, that I forgot to pick it up. And then I went all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am a silly sausage today, aren't I? Oh, then it's saying, oh no, I forgot today instead of Sunday. Yeah, we are on Wednesdays now. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just going to go through this 4 here. I'm going to pull it tight and we're going to see how big of a circle this one forms. I think that's more of a right size. That's definitely more of a right size, because you want it to sit on top or behind of the crystal. Look at my dirty fingerprint on there. But I think that's more about the right size. So I'm going to go around this. I'm not going to knot the beginning and the end together, so I want the flexibility as well at the same time for the... What are you doing today, beading? I just got a major knot. Looped it around itself. Right. Come on, what's going on? I think today is one of those days. Sometimes you just have those days, don't you? When you drop everything, everything goes everywhere. Are we good? Have we still got another knot? No, I think that is still, if I pull that tight, would be another knot. So, what? You need to come that way. I think we're good now. Are we? Yes, we are good. Right, let's my finger wrap around there. So we're not going to let this to knot up anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to run around. Then we're going to turn around. We're going to go into the super duo, into the other hole of the super duo. So you're going to stop by any of the super duos once you went around. So we can turn ourselves around. Interesting. I just thought of something else to do. As you do. And I got another knot. Look, I got another knot on my thread. I don't know what's going on tonight. So tonight is the night of the knots. Night of the knots. So when you're undoing a knot, always stick one needle into the knot and then get your other needle, get another needle. So you're going to do it with 2 needles, stick it in from the other way, and then you're going to pull it apart just like that. Otherwise, if you're trying to pick a knot apart with just 1 needle, what's going to happen, instead of picking the knot apart, probably 5 times out of 10, you're just going to be making it, pulling it tighter and tighter. There we go. That's all good. And now, I don't know what's going on with this thread. Put it nice and tight. Okay, so we are back. I'm gonna actually unreel this a bit. Maybe it's twisted. Move my hand along the thread and keep carrying or going around. Brenda is asking, is your headache better? It's somewhat gone, thanks, but it's still on the back of my head. I don't know. I just had such a bad headache today. Sort of, it started to come on midday, but then it went, sort of, but not all the way. Didn't go away all the way. Right, I'm almost all the way around. And actually, I'm going to go into the next section as well, so I can pull it tight. So we got a nice, we've been around a few times, or a couple of times. We got a nice solid base. Right, so I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to come up through the other hole in there. So now what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to add in our pearls. And let me just grab a pearl and let's just have a look, because you want these pearls to sit on the side of it. But at the same time, you want super duos, they're going to have to sit there. We want super duos come to the front. So, do we want just 1 to come to the front, or do we want 2? That's the question. If you just have 1 coming to the front, probably it will be the right size, but 2 would balance it out. I'm going to try it with 1, and then we see how we go. So, I'm going to pick up a pearl, and I'm going to pick up a super duo. And I'm going to go through the next super duo here. Then I'm going to pick up another pearl and another super duo. Might actually could have done with the seed beads in between. And pull it up nice and tight. And I'm going to do this all the way around. So I'm going to pick up 1 pearl, 1 super duo each time. Good evening, Dulcie, I hope I said your name. Good evening, Cherry. Nice to see you here. Rachel says, and tonight, Matthew, I'm gonna be not. They'll be saying, hi everyone, I just arrived. It looks great so far. We're just messing about with these pearls. All we wanted, or all we decided, or I guess all I decided, I want them on the outside of my design. Right, this thread is definitely twisted. So I'm just going to keep bringing it down a couple of times and untwist it. Let it just spin out. So hopefully we get less knots, because we keep getting knots on here. And we need a few more pearlies as well off the strand. And there we go. So I'm going to pick up a pearl, and then I'm going to pick up a super duo. This thread today, this thread is being super naughty. Super naughty. And I got another knot. Would you believe it? I might have to, I think maybe I got too much, like probably longer than a couple of arm span there. And I don't really need that much thread either. And there we go. Another pearl. Another super duo. Pulling it up nice and tight. And I'm going to continue all the way around. I might even run around one more time to stiffen it, this one as well. There we go. Another pearl, another super duo. Going to the next section. Another pearl. Another super duo. Next section. Another pearl. Another super duo. And back to the beginning. I'm just going to go ahead and go past a few more just to have a nice solid, but actually let's just try in it. I think that's kind of look good. That looks good inside that little cabochon. It's so shiny, this one. It's got the fingerprint on there, but it's so shiny. Right, so I'm going to go through this row. Maybe not all the way, but I'm definitely going to go through the next few beads just to have a nice and I got another knot. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Let me just trim some of this thread off because I think they're too long, and that's what's the problem. And as I'm keep pulling it through, just getting knotted. There we go. So I'm going to keep going around. Coming out of the super duo, just checking which side. Just want to make it nice and strong. And just a few more, just to give it some strength, just to give it some sort of stiffness, really. When you're making samples, sometimes it's just maybe your tension won't be tight enough. And when we're putting the seed beads to the front in a minute, the super duos, we really do need, we can't have loose tension. So I'm just gonna, that's why I'm running around again. And there we go. So what you, ladies and gentlemen, been doing This week beading, that's what I would like to know. What's everyone been doing? Everyone been beading? What beads you been using? What colors have you been using? Right, I'm going to turn around now. I'm going to turn this around. See? So I'm going to turn around now. I'm going to pop this crystal inside it. I'm just going to sort of push down from the top just to see. I think it's kind of the right size. We'll see in a minute when we pull these towards the front. That's when we're going to know. We might need to add another something on top of it, just to have those little, because if I pull this together with 4, I think it's gonna be too tight. We might need to add something else, sort of kind of like another row connected to here. So I'm going to try with the seed beads first, and then we see how we go. Maybe I'm going to try it with 5 seed beads, because I can see already that it's not going to curl over as much as the back curls over, and obviously until there is no kind of like structure to it, it's just going to hang there. But we need, so the gap, it's sitting in a different angle at the back and sitting different angle on here. So the back is kind of like sitting behind, almost sort of laying down on the table. And this one, on the next one, what we're going to try to connect now, it doesn't swivel around all the way. It sits more like towards the ceiling. So therefore, the circumstances of the hole where this is going to be on top here and the one underneath it is smaller, so it's going to need, this one definitely going to need either an extra bead or something else on the top. I'm going to say I'm going to do 5 seed beads all the way around, and then maybe we'll add a smaller pearl or something else in to pull it even more together. Okay, so memory wire, bracelet and rings, Celia is saying. Not much, got 2 new kittens. They have kept me saying, oh, Debbie, please do send me a picture of the kittens. I can't really decide. I keep saying I want a dog. But then when I see cute pictures of kittens and cats, I'm like, oh, I want a cat. I can't actually decide what I would like to do. Right, so I'm going to put 5 and I'm going to pull it tighter. I haven't got the crystal in just yet, but I will pop it back in just in a second. There we go. I'm going to try to pull this nice and tight as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll pull it even together, even more. So let's just have a look. That's kinda just gonna sit there. So when we add this, it's gonna come onto the top of it. In theory, we will see in practical if it's gonna work. I think it will, and it will create a little seed bead path in between there to sort of anchor in on the sides, and I think that's gonna really look. And I love the pearls, how they look like a big bubble over it. If we had a pearl which the holes were drilled like normally, then this part would be further out, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna pick up 5 beads and carry on all the way around, and then we see how we're doing. I might even leave this on the table. Let me just pull this turned around, and I'm just going to pull the back because it's got loosened a little bit. Remember, we didn't knot it, and then add it on top. There we go. I'm pulling this nice and tight as well. I'm liking the look of this, definitely 100%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna go through this one here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next one. I'm just pulling it tight. So definitely gonna, maybe we could add something else, another little pearl in there. Maybe a 3 or 4 millimeter pearl would look nice, just to add another spot of color in there. Not necessarily, we could just do with seed beads. I'm trying to do it on the table so it's all staying nicely together. But maybe if I hold on to it, I can hold a tight tension. Just pull this in. Another 2 5s, and then we all the way around, and then we will add something else. So start thinking, what shall we add in the gaps, in the corners here? We need to add something to pull it together a little bit more so it holds the crystal down, the cabochon down. So shall we add a little pearl, or shall we add crystal? But I think the crystal against the crystal is gonna rub, so probably a pearl would be the best. We could have added, oh yes, we could have added another super jewel in here instead of the third seed bead to have a super jewel, and then that could have turned more inwards. Might even try that quickly, although tonight I have to go and see one of my friends because it's her birthday, so I have to pop up and see her quickly after the live. Right, there we go. Amelia said she sent photos. I will grab them just in a sec, lovey. Hold it nice and tight. So what we're gonna add in there, because it's kind of the right size for that cabochon, but we still need to sort of link it in and do something on here. We still need to add seed beads or a pearl or some sort to pull this really nice and tight. I'm gonna go through the next 2 seed beads. I'm coming out of the middle one. I think a little pearl. I think another little pearl. Let me grab a. I'll try to grab a 3 mil and a 4 mil pearl, and then we see which one will fit better. And that is. Oh, the pearls are here. I have been moving my jaws around as well lately. So let's have a look. 4 mil pearl. How about having a nice darker one? Do we think the 4 mil is too big, or shall we look for a 3 mil and have? I think 3 mil. The 4 mil is too big. The 4 mil is too big. I think we need to go to 3 mil because that's kind of like a little bit more delicate. You're just gonna sit on there. So that's 3 mil. The 4 mil, just a little bit cumbersome. I'm gonna try 3. There we go. So we want to make this smaller. So I'm gonna go to the middle here and wanna come out the 3rd seed bead. So if I pick up, actually, I didn't think of that. If I pick up thread, I really had it with you today. What's going on? To end is a little bit, just tidy it up. So when I come out that middle one, and we're gonna pull this. We need to pull this enough so it's gonna go on there. So I reckon if I pick up, might need the 4mm pearl actually, because the 3mm might be small, but I'm gonna try the 3mm first. So I'm gonna pick up one seed bead, one pearl, one seed bead. But I got a feeling the 3mm is, if you're just gonna pick up one seed bead, the 3mm is gonna be too small. And go through the third seed bead on the next loop, the middle seed bead. So I'm gonna pull this up nice and tight. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's do one more section. So it's seed bead, pearl, seed bead, go through the next middle one, pull it up nice and tight. I'm gonna pop this back in there. We're gonna have to tighten up the back so it stays. Maybe just do the front. Maybe just do the front and we'll pop it in from the back. I'm just gonna run around, pick up a seed bead, pearl, seed bead. I have got a sneaking suspicion we might have to go up to 4mm pearl. Just might, because it's like you add it up. So on the row underneath, you got a super duo, which is probably about the size of a seed bead. And then you have got your 5 seed beads. And here, a 3mm is about 1.5 seed beads worth and 2 seed beads. So we're going from 5 down to 3. And I think it's pulling it together too much. Can you see? If you added the 4mm, maybe. I'm halfway around now, so almost I'm gonna run around and see. We can always unpick it. We can always take it apart. And the next one. And seed bead, pearl seed bead. And going through this one. Next one, seed bead, pearl, seed bead, and going through that one. That maybe actually might be all right. We got 2 more. What's happened here? Why have I got a thread path there? Did I hook? There's something is hooked around. Where is this hooked around? There we go. So seed bead, pearl, seed bead. Going into the next section. What do we think so far? I kind of like the look of it with the 2 pearls, the 2 different pearls, but they're same colors. So the pearls, the 8mm and the 3mm are both the same colors. There we go. And coming through that very last one, I'm going to go to the first section as well again, just to give a little bit of a strength. And then just pull it through. Right, so that would be our front. Now I'm going to insert it from the back. I need to tighten up the back. And actually, I think, by the look of it, it's going to be tight enough. I think we could do with the 4mm pearls because it pulls onto the top quite a bit, but it will stay in there. So let me just take a bit more thread off the bobbin, and then I'm gonna pull in the back a bit, just adding a needle to my thread. Karen is saying, loving this, the colors are perfect. Yeah, I really like the look of it as well. Sometimes, like, you know, you start with one bead and each week we're going to be playing with a different bead, but don't forget, we are going to be circling back to beads. So don't put like these pearls far away. Like just put in a special creation station box, because like next week we're using something different, but like the week after we're using different as well again, but we'll come back and use these, because the whole point of doing this in the summer, that we will using stuff from our stash, and we always just introducing one new shape or a new color. I'm really loving that. Shame my other camera is not working, so I could sort of put it to my next. How big is it? I need to add some sort of bail on this, so it's definitely want to be a pendant. The off hole pearls really pop out. Like they're really kind. I love the way how they just sort of pop out that much. If you wanted to, you could fill these gaps with seed beads and then add more bits to it. But I think I'm gonna kind of leave it like that, because I would like to try it with the 4mm pearls though. The only thing I would want to try is the 4mm pearls, just to make it a little bit more sort of open at the front, but it's casing that cabochon perfectly, and that's our back. So there's so many different colors in these cabochons as well that I think it would look good. So if I added a bail on this, I would either add it at the top or at the bottom here. And there's so many different ways, but you would need something a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more special bail, just done just a simple line, and that would have to come out of there. So I'm gonna, shall we do a bail? Shall we try to do a bail on this? Let's go on. Let's try to do a bail. I still haven't pulled the back really tight, but I'm not gonna worry about right now. I'm gonna go up to the top here, and what I want to do, we're gonna do I'm gonna come into this pearl. Oh no, I'm in the wrong hole. I'm gonna have to turn around first, and then I want to come out of the pearl. I have to wiggle this a little bit so I can get through and get my needle out on the other side, because that row in the middle there become quite tight. Right, pulling this up. I think either a nice herringbone or just like a little netted, perhaps a netted one will be enough. And we could include the 3mm pearls in the or the super jewels as well. Just pop it out at the back. And I think I got a knot again, a naughty knot. I really don't know what's going on with my thread tonight. Don't forget the back is not tightened up yet. That's why the cabochon is popping out. But once we do that, it will definitely stay in. Just pull it tight. But to tighten it up, I would just go around it a little bit more and then knot the thread off, because obviously it's not knotted, or take it into the middle, or even you can meet your tail and then you work again together. So if you wanted a little bit of a netted bail at the top, I would do like a little bridge in between these two, and actually until the back is not tightened up is good, because then you can turn your pendant the right way you wanted to turn it. So probably it's the best thing to do is tighten the back up at the very last minute. So if let me just grab a couple more of these 3mm pearls. So if we added a little seed bead, pearl seed bead here, and then we could anchor onto that seed bead for the bail, because that would look kind of like, you know, just a little sort of delicate there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick up a seed bead, this pearl seed bead, and the seed bead is size 11, by the way. Come to the next pearl, but just the pearl, not the super jewels, and let's have a look. How is this? Would sit in here. It's too big. Can you see it's twisting? So it's too big. Although once this gets a pull on it, no, maybe that'd be fine. it will sit the right way. Oh no, I know what's happened. We are coming out of the two super duos and not the pearl itself. that's what's the problem. So I'm going to take this back. I'm going to take these beads off, go through the pearl first, and then add it in. We are having fun tonight. Anything which could go wrong, it is going wrong tonight. Where is my thread? Is this my thread? Yes. But never mind. We're having fun. That's what counts. Can we sing Adabelle? So I'm gonna go through that pearl because I want the seed bead pearl. Seed bead is in between the pearl, the two large pearls. So seed bead, pearl, and the pearl just rolling away from me. Another seed bead. I'm gonna come through this larger pearl and just see how is this gonna sit in here. There we go. So that's sitting better now. That's much better. That we are coming out of the right bead. So now I need to get, I don't know actually if I want to add that all the way around. Do we not add anything all the way around, or do we just want it as it is? Well, it's really a choice. I not necessarily want to, how can I run around here very quickly back to this point, because I need to come out of this pearl. So I am gonna go through, it's the super duos which are gonna be tricky going through. So if I don't want to go to the super duos, oh yes, I think what we're gonna do, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a seed bead line at the back. So we're going to start our bail and come into the pearl. We're going to start our bail and then we're going to hook into that seed bead line at the back. And that will, how many seed beads do we need? Let's see. That will actually work out quite well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, will be 5 enough? 5. I want to add the pearl in the middle in here as well. I'm going to do 6 seed bead and the pearl. And then let's have a look. How big is this? I'm going to take this down. And then we need another, another 6 seed bead. Look, that's just works out perfectly the right size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to come to the other side, go through this pearl, go into the first seed bead and the pearl there. And there we go. Just came to the pearl. I'm going to go into the seed bead and the pearl. Pull this up nice and tight. So we've got a line and we're going to create, I suggest we do either a little right angle weave. So let me just grab some more pearls. So I want something like that sort of shape. So we have got like a little bit of a triangle shape going on, I think would be really nice for this. So if we sew those 3 together, then the next row somehow we could sew 3, then 4. Do we need seed beads in between, or do we just want the pearls? If I sew the 3, yeah, I think I kinda can see what thread path I need to do. So I'm going to pick up 2 of these pearls. I'm going to come through the pearl again, and I'm going to come through the next pearl I just added. I'm going to pick up another 2 here, come through from the other side of this pearl, go up into that one. I'm just freestyling this. Pick up another pearl, pick up another pearl, just trying something, and then I want to hook that pearl. Do I need 2? No, I think 1 is enough. Into the other side of that one. There we go. So that's 3. I'm gonna go up to the top in the middle, and I kind of need to come out. So that's kind of starting the shape off nicely, but it's still not. This pearl is not sitting. It's kind of sitting on an angle, so I need to add another 3 on that, another 3 on that as well. And this one, I really need to tighten up the back, because it's keep gonna fall out until we tighten up the back. Right, so I think I'm totally freestyling here. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna add 2 more onto there. 1, 2. I'm gonna come again from the other side. I'm gonna go up and into both of those. Actually, I just added. I'm gonna go through because I want this to sit. It's not gonna sit there. They're gonna be a little bit of a dip there. I need it to sit more like that. Now the right angle weave is not gonna be good. We need something different, perhaps, and we could do like a seed bead. If you added a seed bead on the side, that would turn that pearl, and if you added a seed bead on this side as well, you wouldn't be able to see the thread path. So I'm going to take this back, reverse stitching. What's usually the machines make when they're going in reverse? So we're reversing back. I'm going to unpick this because I'm not happy with it, but this is how it goes. Like, you know, designing something and doing something, you always sort of go backwards and forwards on things. Right, so we're going to have to rethink these. I'm not sure if I just should add like a simple, shall we just try, let's try a 2 pearl sort of herringbone. There's so many different ways you could do it, like really, like the possibilities are endless. Never really done like herringbone stitch with the pearls themselves. Well, I'm coming out of that one. Let's just try. Let's just stitch a couple and see how's it gonna look. So I'm gonna come down on that one. 2 bead herringbone is probably one of the most. Ooh, I just got an idea. So I'm coming down on that pearl. Just tighten this up, nice and tight. I'm gonna pick up a seed bead, and before I go up in the pendant, before I come up on this one, I picked up a seed bead. So that seed bead effectively, oops, sorry, I'm sure I'm off camera. That seed bead is gonna sit on the top. There we go. I'm gonna go up to the next pearl, the very top. I'm gonna pick up another 2 pearls. 1, 2. I'm gonna come down on this one. I'm gonna pick up a seed bead, and I'm gonna go up these 2. So I'm just adding the little seed bead as a little decoration on the front of the pearls. I think that's gonna look really cute. What do you think? A little bit, something a little bit different, and we're gonna anchor this. I'm gonna do it a tiny bit more. We're gonna anchor it into this pearl, what we created on the back. I think I need maybe another 2 sets of pearls, because like the hole this way is not gonna sit sort of top of the pendant. It's gonna sit more towards the back. There we go. I'm just gonna go up to these two. I'm gonna pick up another 2 pearls. I'm gonna come down to here. I like this seed bead on the pearl. I think that would make a really pretty bracelet, and I have got the bestest idea what beads to use with it. I really do have. And I am, straight after the live, I'm going to pop up to see my friend, but I am going to have a go at that because I think I got a brilliant idea with those. So that's, I think maybe one more. What do you think? Maybe one more. We just want that a little bit more of a room at the back there. Just one more set. I have got a brilliant idea for that. Coming down. Picking up a seed bead. Going back up. One more. And then this lot is going to go into the back. Picking up a seed bead. There we go. And my needle just fallen off the thread. Good evening, Trish. Oh, Debbie said herringbone maybe. Yeah, definitely. Right, so where am I? Picking up one seed bead. I'm gonna go to the top first. I'm not picking up any seed beads. I'm gonna go to the top. I'm gonna turn this around, make sure it's not twisted. I'm gonna go through this bead here, which we added onto the back. I'm gonna pull this down. I'm gonna go up through this one. And then I'm gonna pick up a seed bead to add it into that final gap as well. And take it down. And my tail is all on here. Take it down and into this pearl. I'm going to go down on this side. Just pull this up nice and tight. And that's it. We got like a pretty little bell. Now let me add this one back in. Actually, this side would look nice as a front as well, with that pearl at the top. If we added that towards the front, not the back. There's so many different things you could try. Right, come to, go in, there we go. Where is my tail end? Let me just pull on this. We're going to have to tighten this up. And then we got, just stick my needle in it. We got a beautiful pendant. I like that bell actually. I think it looks really good with the seed beads on it and doing it with the pearls. It's different, and then it actually given me a really nice idea to go and try and play with something. Right, so what do we think? Do we need anything else added to it? Or and like, look, we started with the pearls. We started with the off-center pearls. And this is just one idea. There is so many other things you could do with it. Now, what I'm going to do, while you let me know, what do you think if you should add anything else to it? I'm going to go and grab those pictures because I know I've seen some... Oh, no, Debbie. You're going to break our hearts. You're gonna definitely break my heart, and my heart is breaking. I am cat sitting for you, you know that. 100%. I'm cat sitting for you. Whenever you go away, but please go away soon because they are just too cute. But I'm gonna just bring them in and I'm gonna show them to you right now. Like, let me just open my. There we go. So, Debbie, am I okay to show these pictures to everybody? Debbie, this is Debbie's 2 new beautiful things. That's number 1. Beautiful, beautiful things. Oh, Debbie. And this is the other one, just coming in. Are really, they're beautiful. So, oops, I wanted a dog, but now looking at these 2 cuties, I think I might want a cat. They look beautiful, Debbie. They are really, really beautiful. Yeah, little fluffy ones. They're so, so beautiful. Ah, right. Okay. So and Amelia sent me the pictures, so I'm gonna bring those in as well. Just 1 sec. What she's been up to and she's been making, so we can show it off to everybody. And this one as well. There we go. So Amelia's been busy as well. And there we go. So she has been playing around with this beautiful, I don't know how much I can zoom out so you can still see it, these beautiful beads. They are the ginkgo beads, and they have got 2 holes, as well as seed beads and some crystals on the outside. That looks really beautiful. It looks like dragon scales put together or something like that, doesn't it? Very, very nice. And I just want to sort of zoom out so you can see the whole bracelet. She added a sort of a clasp on the other side. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Oh, Debbie is saying they are brother and sister. Kara's saying we love kitties. I love kitties too. I love kitties, dogs, everything. Kara's saying she has 3. They are all there. Love ginkgo, lovely makes. That's it. There we go. So, actually it doesn't really matter because I haven't, my other camera doesn't work. I don't know what's going on today. That's it for me today. I'm gonna go and see my friend because it's her birthday. I'm just gonna go and wish her happy birthday. Everybody have a beautiful week. I'll be back on Bead Club tomorrow night. You can catch me on there if you're a member of the Bead Club. From 7 p.m. we are doing a beautiful pendant, and otherwise you will catch me next Wednesday on Totally, or next Wednesday night back here. And everybody have a beautiful weekend, beautiful week. Happy beading, everybody. Happy crafting, and I see you very, very soon. Bye.